Alright guys, so this is the Squatch Legend 3.0, and today we are going to review it. We're going to be thorough. We're going to talk through our 5 categories that we have been using to review bags. We're going to talk about style. We're going to talk about comfortability. How comfortable is it to wear? Do you feel like death after 18 holes carrying this thing around? Comfortability. We're going to talk about durability. How's this thing going to hold up against the elements? We're going to talk about storage, not just the disc capacity, but also the pockets, the exterior, all the other stuff that you've got to carry with you on the course. And lastly, we're going to talk about affordability, which of course, this is a big boy. And so affordability is going to be a big question mark. So we're going to talk about those 5 categories. I'm going to go through my thoughts on all of them, and then we're going to give our scores at the end. And we'll see how this guy stacks up. So I have had this Legend for about 3 months now, probably, give or take a month, probably like 3 months. But it's been my main bag since like middle of January. I have been only using this bag to try to give it a really good test. I was using it from time to time, kind of off and on with my Renew bag. The Renew bag's much smaller, so when I needed more capacity, this bag came out. And when I needed less capacity to focus my molds, the Renew bag came out. But this one has been my go-to for about a full month now. I've been playing a decent amount with it, and I absolutely love it. And our first category being style, y'all, Squatch has been doing an incredible job with the colorways that they've been coming out with. This orange really speaks to me. I don't know about you guys. This is Calvin Heimberg's signature color. That's his logo there. But I love this colorway. They've done a great job of adapting into some new colorways, those blues and the red and black colorways, even the special colorway they did for Worlds. They're doing a good job of, I think, focusing on a few just really strong colors and not trying to go too crazy as some other brands have tried in the past. I really like just their core lineup of bags. I think the style is really good. I think the overall look is tried and true. A lot of brands are choosing this particular shape for their bag, which is, you know, like putter compartment, main compartment, and then like 2 big shoulder compartments. There are some different ones out there, of course, but this is like your flagship structure. This is the most popular thing out there right now. So as far as style goes, I'll give my scores at the end, but I'm really loving what they're doing over at Squatch with their style. So next we're going to talk about comfort, and to talk about comfort we need to look at the back. So the padding is unbelievable on this bag. You can see the shoulder pads are thicker than ever before, and they are padded top to bottom. There is no slouch in these straps. They are insanely comfortable, and this huge back pad that goes all the way down to the bottom just provides a next level comfort. For me, I feel like this is probably their most comfortable bag they've ever released, and maybe the most comfortable bag I've ever used. And we're going to talk about kind of leading into durability. These kind of go hand in hand for sure, but for comfort, you don't feel like you're carrying however many discs I'm carrying, which is right now it's 27, I believe. You don't feel like you're lugging that around with this thing. It provides really great weight distribution across the shoulder. And as we transition into durability, you'll see that these shoulder straps are like fully removable, replaceable. And as we transition into durability, you can see where these shoulder straps kind of meet at the top. There's a ring right here for each strap that provides a loop to go for the strap to go through that eliminates any weak points where like you might have a fabric or a mesh connection for the straps in other bags. These don't have that, and they provide a lot of strength to the shoulder strap, which I think is a weakness in a lot of bags. Is just like where the shoulder straps will start to rip and to tear. But ripping and tearing is not something you really have to worry about with this thing. It's incredibly durable. Obviously, we talked about in the lore review the high quality waterproof, or at least moisture wicking materials here. They do have a rain fly for the Squatch bags, but I don't use one. I kind of just like let the discs get wet. Of course, I'll cover them up, you know, and you know, I can zip this up and take this out and zip it up and completely waterproof the entire bag mid-round if I need to, if it starts raining. So I love that about this thing. So the biggest aspects of durability are the biggest points of use on the bag, right? So we talked about the straps. Here's the handle where you're gonna be carrying the bag. If you missed your putt and you just need to carry it about 5 feet over to where you missed your putt at your new lie. This is a really sturdy pull. I don't mind it one bit. It connects back here to this same pad where your shoulder straps connect. So there's good weight distribution across the bag here for this pull. So I don't mind that at all. And then the other thing to note about durability with this bag is the bottom. So let's take a peek. The bottom, you'll notice there's no rails on it, which is there's pros and cons to that. We're gonna talk about you, my water bottle friend. Hold on, just go away for a minute. We're gonna talk about you. No rails on the bottom. Pros and cons to the lack of rails. Of course, on flat ground, there is an advantage to having the rails. They really provide sturdy footing. On uneven ground, sometimes I like not having rails. I can just sort of set it down and it kind of like this bottom piece, you can feel the discs right here. Like you can, I'm moving the discs by hitting right there. These are the discs. If I set the disc down, you can see them move up a little bit. Like the discs are definitely touching the bottom of the ground. There's not much in between here. So if you don't like that, then of course this bottom piece is gonna get wet and muddy on rainy rounds. But you know what's not gonna get wet and muddy? Is these shoulder straps, because they sit real high. And I like that. I like that the shoulder straps aren't gonna be all over the ground. You'll see that on some bags. So there's definitely pros and cons here, and we'll give it a score at the end, but the material feels super high quality. Of the highest quality, the zippers and the zipper pulls feel super high quality. I don't feel like I'm at risk of breaking anything when I open it up or any, like, there's no ripping or tearing going on here, and I've been using it pretty heavily, and it looks like I just opened it up. So it's very durable. So let's talk about storage. This is something we're gonna break down the features from top to bottom on the storage. So top, putter pocket, obviously. I've got 6 discs in here. It's enormous. I could easily fit 7, maybe even 8 discs if they were drivers. I mean, I know it's a putter pocket, but there is actually a pocket down here that is super deep that's behind the putter pocket. And it's gotta be super waterproof in there. And I don't even know I don't ever put anything in there, but it's enormous. You could probably put like a jacket in here if you had less putters in your putter pocket, or anything valuable could be tucked away in there very safely. So I'm gonna try to get you a good angle of that pocket here. Can you see that? And then there's another pocket on the right side and on the left side of this putter pocket. So just in the putter pocket alone, we have 3, 4 pockets. There's one in the front too. So in just the putter pocket, we have the putter pocket itself and 4 storage compartments up there. On the right side, we have a little Velcro section for your Velcro patches, your customizables, and then a little mini slot, or at least that's what I like to use it for, because there's not a lot of grip here. This has fallen out quite a bit on me already in just like normal use, so I don't like to put anything valuable in this pocket. This is the water bottle pocket. My biggest gripe with this bag, we're gonna get to it in a bit, but it's got a little divider here, and you can put 2 water bottles in here, but man, is it weird to use. Like, it doesn't really hold my water bottle very well, unless I have 2 water bottles in here, which, you know, hydration, but anyway. Then big shoulder pocket over here has interior pockets, and then obviously there's big interior pockets on both sides, and then a huge main compartment pocket. That's pretty standard, nothing to see there. It does have a little hook right here if you want to put, I don't know, something like a towel right here that you can always, easy access to a towel, because you are going to find that this is a deep pocket that does not fully zip down on this backside. So access to things in this pocket can be cumbersome, especially if it's like the bottom thing, like the first thing you put in this pocket. Can be very difficult to access that thing. Okay, let's do this side. Here's my little guy on his D-ring, my mascot. Now we have a magnetic pocket. This, I guess, is for valuables, but if I'm gonna put valuables in my bag, I like to have them completely zipped up. So I would prefer this back pocket in the putter pocket, or one of these side shoulder pockets for valuables, just me personally. But this should be very secure for valuables. Phone, presuming you don't have an iPhone Pro Max, and then wallet, keys, or whatever. Another huge side pocket. This one does have some unique features. I got stuff falling out of here. It's got some like marker holders. Hopefully you can see this, marker holders on the side for signing all those Ace discs that you guys are getting out there. And then I have more minis in here, towels, all kinds of stuff. I have a birdie bag in there, just whatever can go in there. And then this is the iconic Squatch cooler pack, which for me is cool, but that's about it. I can't bring myself to put a soda in here. I do love soda. I would put a soda in here if I didn't feel like it was just gonna get super shaken up and then me crack it open by like, whatever, hole 9 when I really need a boost of energy. It's gonna be super shaken up, and that feels like a little bit weird. So I don't know, I haven't even tried it. I suppose I should at least try it and see how shaken up it does get. But for me, I normally just like crack it open and carry it with me through those first 9 holes, and then the second 9, I'm like, man, I really wish I had a Mountain Dew right now or something. Okay, so that's all of the pockets. I believe we've covered everything except for this pocket, of course, which is, I use it for a disc, but you can use it for whatever. And then let's just break down disc storage. I have 27 discs in here. I have 20 in the main compartment, all mids and drivers. And then I have 1 putter here and 6 putters up top. Including the new Discmania Cloudstone. So 27 discs, but you could easily get another disc in here. I mean easily. That leaves room for 1 more as well, so you could probably get 8 up there if you want to. In my putter pocket particularly, I like to have easy in, easy out for the putters. And then this bottom one, I could probably get 1 more disc comfortably in here. But something that we talked about with the lure review is this low lip. And Squatch does a great job of having almost no spill, despite this low lip. It's got to be some super intense technology, or maybe it's just that this lid is holding it tight. I'm going to go with super intense technology. But despite this super stability, which a lot of bags with low lips completely lack, they come out so easily. They go in and out just like with the greatest of ease. And I'm not even on the front of the bag here. I'm pulling from the side. And they just go in and out, no problem. You kind of sacrifice that with grip bags, especially, and other bags with high lips. They're very difficult to get discs out sometimes, especially these far edge discs, which on this bag are easily accessible. In grip, if you put a bag or a disc to the far left and far right, you can say goodbye to that disc. You may never see it again. It's impossible to get to, at least on the AX5 series, which is the only series that I have experience with. So that's storage. There's a ton of it on here. I think we broke down all of it though. And then finally, we're going to talk about affordability. And as we've discussed in the past, affordability is not just how cheap it is, it's how worth it. The value, I guess, is really what we're talking about here. The value, the bang for your dollar. And this is an expensive bag. Full price, it comes in at $269.99, which is pretty comparable to some of the flagship bags. You've got Grip and Upper Park up in that price range. It's about the same as Grip and a little bit more expensive than your standard Upper Park bag. And then it's obviously cheaper than Pound and your boutique bag dealers. So, I think this is very well priced for what you're getting for a flagship bag. You can often get it on sale as well, so you can kind of look at that. But as far as bang for your buck, no, this isn't like the best deal in the world. But if you're not shopping for this bag, if you're looking for the best deal, you're shopping for this bag if you're looking for the best product, right? Because this is a flagship bag. You don't get the Squatch Legend 3.0 when you're Googling budget bags under $100. This is never going to come up for that. And if it does, that's some weird marketing. But I think this is well worth the price tag of $269, especially if you can get it cheaper than that. As someone, this is my second Legend. I owned a Legend 2.0 last year. I was using that for several months. and was really loving it. So I love these Squatch bags. I'm loving the Legend 3.0 so far. So let's go ahead and cut to the score breakdown. We're gonna give each category its own score out of 10. Starting with style, this orange has brought out like a love of burnt orange in me that I never really knew I had. It kind of reminds me of these like outdoorsy, like Columbia and Patagonia like color schemes that I have started to identify with a little bit toxically. I love this. I'm gonna give the style a 9 out of 10. And the only reason that I'm taking any points off at all is just like little things like I wish that instead of black and yellow, or like primarily black with a little yellow, these zipper pulls and some of the accents on here were a little bit brighter. I think that would bring out more color and more personality in this bag. But 9 out of 10, killer score. Let's move to comfortability. Comfortability, we're gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. An 8.5 out of 10, I think, is the highest score I can give a bag this big. It's enormous, and so that's just what it is. It's not gonna feel like you're carrying a satchel. It's not. It's a huge bag. So 8.5 is about as good as we can get on a huge bag like this. And this is the most comfortable huge bag I've ever held, or I've ever carried. It feels incredible. It's super comfortable to hold. If I click it into place while I'm carrying it, it just like cinches everything together. It feels like I'm very well secure. So 8.5 out of 10 on the comfortability. Durability, we're gonna give it a 9 out of 10. And I might update this video later with a 10 out of 10 if it lasts forever, but 9 out of 10 is the best that I can give it right now, not really knowing how it's gonna hold up over time, but just in seeing it compared to the other bags that I've used. I've used pretty much all of the upper tier bags, the Grips, the Upper Parks, the Prodigy bags, Innova bags. I've used even a Dynamic Disc bag back in the day. I've used all of their like top shelf bags, and this is already, even with only 3 months of use, holding up better than any of those did. I think we can go as far as to say that 9.5 out of 10 is the best this bag can get for storage, and it's because of the daggum water bottle. Oh my goodness, what this bag would do with just a little dedicated water bottle holder right here. Like, it would be the perfect bag. Anyway, 9.5 out of 10 for storage. It's got more storage than I have discs. I literally don't have enough things in my house to put in this bag. I don't own enough belongings. There's not enough trinkets. There's not enough valuables. I don't have enough towels to store in this thing. This thing has more storage than I know what to do with, honestly. So 9.5 out of 10 for storage. Give me a water bottle holder and we give it a 10. All right, last category. We've done looks, comfortability, durability, and storage. Last category is affordability, and I think we can give this a solid 7.5 out of 10. I would give it a 7, but I really do think this is one of the better bags at the top tier. So if you're at this price point, I think this is probably the best bag you can get. If I was looking at two $69.99 priced bags, you can't get a pound for that, really. not the top tier Octothorpes or whatever. You can't get a pound for that. So if I'm looking at Upper Park and Grip and Squatch right now, I think this is the bag I would choose, unless you are a hydromaniac and you drink a lot of water throughout the round and you need a better water bottle holder, because this does not have one of those. So I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10 in value. And I don't know what that score is, but we're gonna display it right here below. And thank you so much to Squatch for sending us this awesome bag. I'm gonna be using it all year long, kind of in rotation with a smaller bag that I have. So like I said, thank you so much to Squatch. We'll see you in the next one. Stay swanky.